Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to History of English Literature. And then today I would like to expose the summary of modernism and postmodernism English literature with me, Maria Zakia Afisma. Okay, this is the timeline of the history of English literature. We have learned here Middle English, Old English, Elizabethan, 17th and 18th century literature, Romantics and Victorian era, and it is the last, the Modernism and Postmodernism in English literature. What we are going to learn today, we are going to learn about the historical time and literary development in this era. Okay, here. For the historical background of the modernism, this is the beginning of World War One. Yeah. Uh, After the death of the Queen Victoria, it means that this is the end of the Victorian literature. Yeah. And then we come to the new era of literature. This is the modern literature, and one of the historical background that happened in the modernism is the World War One. Yeah. So, because English under the World War, there is an economic depression. Besides that, there is also a major intellectual influences, for example, like Sigmund Freud, Einstein, and also de Saussure. Yeah? Freud, Freud has a psychoanalysis, yeah? The power of the unconscious. Einstein, theory of relativity. Okay, and then Saussure's language is arbitrary. Yeah, this is the historical background that happened in the modernism. And the time period is in the 1901 until 1945. What about the literary development here? The literary development, it begins with the development of the literature on the poem. Yeah, poem is not again follow the certain rules. Yeah, here poem has a free verse, short and free verse. And then also the poem here in this era is called as the images poem. What is the poem? We would like to discuss it later. And then the leading poet here who has the images poem is Ezra Pound. And then the second one, the poem is about the criticism of the last century, and T.S. Eliot as the poet that the poem is about the criticism of the last century. Okay, so that mostly the poem is brick with traditional ideas of poetry, yeah, and the form of the 19th century realism. Okay, and then for the prose here, the novels is mostly developed here, and one of the characteristic of the novels is the narrative technique which is used. Stream of unconsciousness is the narrative technique used in the way to writing a novel. Yeah. So what is stream of consciousness? Yeah. Stream of consciousness here is the method of narrations that describes happening in the flow of thoughts in the minds of the characters. Nah, jadi alam pikiran bawah sadar daripada characters itu ya diungkapkan lewat stream of consciousness ini. Ya, so it's also called as the interior monologue. Ya, where the individual thought, ya, pikiran dari characters portrayed in the form of a monologue that addressed to the character itself, bicara pada dirinya sendiri, ya, bukan berbicara pada orang lain, tapi this is a monologue to which is addressed to the characters itself, ya. This is the example of the stream of unconsciousness used in the novels in this time. Ulysses, yeah, Ulysses by James Joyce. This is the famous novels in the modern era, which has the narrative technique of stream of consciousness. Here, this line refers the thought of middle-aged Bloom As he thinks of the younger Bloom, the self-reflections is achieved by the flow of thoughts that takes him back to his past. Ya. Jadi ini adalah self-reflections atau pikirannya yang membuat dia itu bernostalgia atau mengimajinasikan tentang kehidupan masa lalunya. Ya, dia di sini berbicara pada dirinya sendiri. Ya. He is young Leopold, as in a retrospective arrangement, a mirror within a mirror, hey presto, and so on. This kind of expressions, this line here is written as the narrative technique to reveal the thought, yeah, of the character, to reveal what is the thought of the characters here. This one. So this self-reflections makes the characters takes him back to his past. Yeah, okay. This is one of the example. Okay. Another example, Virginia Woolf in the Mrs. Dalloway also used the stream of consciousness beside James Joyce Ulysses. Yeah. Okay. Another example of the novels, Joseph Conrad, Head of Darkness, The Rainbow and Woman in Love by D.H. Lawrence, and John Galsworthy, The First Day Saga. This is the poem. In a Stations of Metro, Images poem, The Cantos, T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, W.B. Yeats, The Second Coming, and also the drama is developed here. Play by George Bernard Shaw and Galsworthy, The Silver Box, and W.B. Yeats, The Countess Kathleen. Okay, this is the example of the stream of consciousness in the novel by Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway. Yeah. This one, this is the internal feelings of Mrs. Dalloway. The internal feeling is exposed here to know about the conditions of Mrs. Dalloway itself as the character. Yeah. Here, Mrs. Dalloway went out to buy flowers for herself, and on the way, her thoughts moved through the past and present. Ya, nah ini ketika Mrs. Dalloway itu pergi membeli bunga lah, tiba-tiba pikirannya itu mengajak dia untuk membayangkan keadaan masa lalunya hingga sekarang. Ya, this is the internal feeling when he buy a flowers. Ya, ini diceritakan di sini ya. This is interior monologue ya. Okay, and then we come to the poem, Images poem in this era. This is the Images poem in the era. Look at how the poem is an example of the poem that break with the rules of the poetic form in the 19th century of realism. Jadi puisinya memang benar-benar break the rules ya. Look at the poems is consist only 2 lines ya. Hanya terdiri dari 2 baris. Judulnya adalah In a Stations of Metro by Ezra Pound. Ya. The apparitions of these faces in the crowd, petals and wet black puff. Ya. This is an images poem. Ya. Puisi yang menggambarkan sesuatu, images poem. Ya. Penampakan wajah-wajah ini di keramaian. Ya. Layaknya seperti petals itu kelopak bunga yang menempel pada batang yang basah dan hitam ya. In a stations of metro ya, di stasiun metro ya. Hanya 2 baris dan kita lihat ini juga free verse ya, tidak ada rimanya ya. Oke. Oke, sekarang kita ke postmodernism ya. Postmodernism is the era of the modern after World War I. Ya. Okay, in this era, this is the beginning of the World War I, and then the philosophy, which is which is published in this era is the existentialism and absurdism as one of the branches of existentialism. Jadi absurdism itu salah satu cabang dari existentialism. Ya. Okay, and globalizations, migrations, intercultural encounters. Ya, di sini adalah era globalisasi, migrasi, juga pertukaran budaya. Okay, what's the leading characteristic of the literature in this time? This time is the time of the theater of absurd, ya, teater absurd, ya, drama absurd itu yang berkembang pada era ini, ya. This is apa itu drama absurd, ya? Drama absurd itu drama tentang irony dan black humor, open-ended stories, ambiguity of time, place, and identity, ya. Jadi drama tentang meaningless atau kita akan pelajari atau atau drama yang berfokus pada sesuatu yang absurd, ya. The play focus on human despair, situations as meaningless and absurd. The absurd in the plays takes the form of man's reactions to a world apparently without meaning. Absurdism itself is the branch of existentialism. Human beings are incapable of finding it due to some form of mental or philosophical limitations. Ya, jadi kekecewaan manusia atau sudah tidak punya harapan gitu ya, meaningless world ya gitu. The play focus on the ideas of existentialism and express what happened when human existence lacks meaning or purpose. Jadi eksistensi manusia di sini itu lack of meaning. Jadi tidak berarti hidupnya itu tidak berarti meaningless ya, absurd ya. Nah, itu ya. It includes such features such as ambiguity. Jadi setting of time here, place, and identity is ambiguity, tidak jelas ya. Okay, and then black humor. Black humor, it treats serious subject in a playful or humorous way. Subjek-subjek yang ada pada teater atau drama ini itu sebenarnya bersifat serius, seperti perang, kematian, itu kan subjek yang bersifat serius, tapi dibuat dalam apa ya, playful and humorous way ya. Dengan komedi, diwarnai dengan komedi, diceritakan dengan komedi atau humorous way. One of the most prominent drama here is Samuel Beckett Waiting for Godot, ya. And then Harold Pinter's The Birthday Party, The Homecoming, and then prose atau novel yang terkenal di sini juga oleh Samuel Beckett, judulnya What and Molloy. This is the example of one of theater of absurd. Yeah, here is a play by Samuel Beckett. The title of the play is Waiting for Godot. Ya, menunggu sesuatu yang nggak jelas di sini ya. Jadi karakternya hanya 2 orang, kemudian setting time dan tempat dan sebagainya ini tidak jelas ya. This is 2 men are waiting on a country road by a tree ya. Dia menunggu di sebuah jalan di samping pohon di sini ya. Vladimir dan juga Estragon ya. Mereka di sini menunggu Godot yang tidak akan pernah datang sampai the end of the novel ya. Jadi ini bersifat absurd gitu ya. Oke. Kemudian novel absurdis ini juga written by Samuel Beckett ya. What remains recognizable iris ya, Samuel Beckett. Most of the actions take place in highly abstract unreal world ya. Ini kita lihat settingnya ini highly abstract and unreal world. Ini protagonisnya what seek the meanings what of the people and objects he encounters, never success in meeting his employer, Mr. Not. Ini juga hampir sama. Yang atas tidak pernah ketemu dengan yang namanya Gadot. Yang di sini juga uh, mencari makna dari tiap-tiap orang yang dia ketemui dan sampai tidak ketemu dengan his employer atau pekerjanya ya namanya Mr. Not gitu ya. Semuanya ini bersifat absurd gitu ya. Okay. And then we come to the poems. Yeah, poems also develop in this time, and some of the poems is the poem collections written by Seamus Heaney, and also by some of the poet here, various art and poems by Seamus Heaney, poem collections by Seamus. Okay, we look at on the example of the poems here. How about the rhyme here? This is the unrhyming, yeah. Okay. So start from the modern literature. Postmodern literature also break with the traditional poet of the 19th century. So it breaks with the traditional poem. This is a new way to make a poem, yeah, free verse. Yeah. Okay.